In the depths of history, before the first letters of the language were inscribed on the walls of temples and pyramids, and before the crowns of the pharaohs were placed on the heads of Egypt's great kings, there was a mysterious period shrouded in secrets and legends. This era is known as the Predynastic Period, where Egyptian civilization was born and its first features began to take shape along the banks of the Great Nile River. The kings of that time were believed to possess magical abilities and supernatural powers, according to legends passed down through generations, making them lords not only of the earth, but also in the realm of the gods. Today, we journey back to meet these enigmatic rulers, the kings of Egypt before the dynastic era. Our first stop is a figure so elusive, he's often dubbed the unknown king, potentially the very first ruler of a unified Egypt. Many enthusiasts of ancient Egyptian civilization believe that the first to truly unify Egypt was King Menes, often identified with Narmer around 3200 BCE. This is the story most of us know. But hold on, because there are compelling, albeit controversial, theories suggesting the existence of an undocumented king, a shadowy predecessor, believed to have unified Egypt for the very first time around a much earlier date, 4242 BCE. Imagine that, an Egypt united over 1,000 years before the commonly accepted date. However, this fascinating theory currently lacks hard, solid archaeological evidence. It relies heavily on complex astronomical estimates, interpretations of later king lists that hint at earlier rulers, and some deeply embedded ancient myths that speak of primordial kings. While the evidence is scarce, the possibility itself is tantalizing, isn't it? A ghost king who laid the very first stone of a unified Egyptian state. The debate continues among scholars, a testament to how much we still have to learn about these earliest days. Let's move to a king whose existence is more firmly rooted in archaeological findings, King Iry-Hor. He is considered one of the oldest verifiable kings of the pre-dynastic period, a true pioneer. His name, often translated as belonging to Horus or companion of Horus, has been found inscribed on numerous artifacts, primarily pottery jars, discovered in his tomb at Abydos, the ancient necropolis of early rulers. Iry-Hor reigned around 3300 BCE, placing him well before the traditionally recognized First Dynasty. What makes Iry-Hor so significant? He is believed to have been one of the key kings who actively contributed to forming the early features of Egyptian civilization. This wasn't just about conquest, it was about creation, organizing a budding society, developing agriculture beyond simple subsistence, and possibly establishing early trade routes along the Nile. His tomb, though plundered in antiquity, has yielded vital clues about the administrative and economic structures of his time, hinting at a centralized authority and a growing complexity in pre-dynastic society. Following Iry-Hor, or perhaps ruling concurrently in a different region, we encounter King Ka. King Ka is another of the earliest identifiable kings in ancient Egyptian history, generally thought to have ruled just before the more famous King Scorpion. His royal tomb has also been unearthed at Abydos, and his name, represented by the Ka hieroglyph, uplifted arms, is found engraved on many artifacts, including pottery and stone vessels, not just in Abydos, but also in other sites in Upper Egypt, and even as far as Tel Ibrahim Awad in the Delta, and sites in modern-day Israel, suggesting an expanding reach or trade network. Archaeological evidence suggests that King Ka ruled around 3250 BCE. What's particularly fascinating about Ka is that he is among the very first kings to consistently use royal symbols, like the serach, a rectangular antechamber facade design enclosing his name, which later... Now, we come to a name that sparks intrigue, partly thanks to modern cinema, but also due to his historical significance. King Scorpion. Among the enigmatic figures who ruled Egypt during the late pre-dynastic period, King Scorpion, or Scorpion II as he's sometimes called by scholars to distinguish him from a possibly earlier Scorpion I, stands out as one of the most mysterious and seemingly powerful kings. For a long time, very little was known about him beyond a few scattered mentions. However, the game changed with the discovery of his famous ceremonial mace head in Hierakonpolis, and later his tomb in Abydos, which revealed his name clearly depicted alongside the royal symbol of a scorpion. King Scorpion is believed to have ruled around 3200 BCE, placing him as a contemporary or immediate predecessor to Narmer. He was portrayed as a strong warrior and a great leader, depicted on his mace head wearing the white crown of Upper Egypt and engaging in activities like opening irrigation canals, symbolizing his control over agriculture and prosperity, or possibly leading military campaigns. The scorpion itself, as his symbol, likely indicated his strength, his ability to strike, and perhaps a connection to the goddess Serket. He was a formidable presence, clearly a key player in the final stages of Egypt's unification. This leads us directly to King Narmer, a truly pivotal figure in ancient Egyptian history. He is considered by many Egyptologists to be the last king of the Predynastic Period, Dynasty 0, and, crucially, the first king of the unified First Dynasty. The debate about whether Narmer is the same person as King Menes, the legendary unifier mentioned in later king lists, is ongoing, but the evidence for Narmer's role in unifying Upper and Lower Egypt is incredibly strong. The most famous piece of evidence is the Narmer palette, an iconic artifact discovered. But in this realm of pre-dynastic kings, we cannot overlook the influential role of queens, who were often powerful partners in rule and wielded significant influence. Queen Nithotap is one of the most prominent of these early queens. She is widely believed to have been the wife of King Narmer and possibly the mother of Hor-Aha, Narmer's successor. Her name itself, meaning Nith is satisfied, is incredibly significant, reflecting a strong association with the powerful goddess Nith, the ancient goddess of war, hunting, and weaving, who was particularly venerated in the Delta region of Lower Egypt. This connection suggests Nithotap may have come from Lower Egypt, and her marriage to Narmer, a king from Upper Egypt, could have been a strategic alliance to solidify the unification of the country. She is believed to hold great authority, representing not just royal lineage, but also divine wisdom and protection within the rule. Her large mastaba tomb at Nakada is one of the most impressive of the early period, further attesting to her high status, perhaps even ruling as a regent for a time. The pre-dynastic period in ancient Egypt truly represents a gateway to a world steeped in mystery, magic, and transformative change. It was an era filled with immense challenges, daring adventures, and the birth of legends that would echo through millennia. This period, though often overshadowed by the grandeur of the dynastic pharaohs and their pyramids, was absolutely full of pivotal events and profound transformations that laid the critical foundation for one of the greatest and most enduring civilizations in all of human history. As we transition from these shadowy beginnings into the clearly defined era of the First Dynasty, we look forward with immense anticipation to discovering even more secrets and intricate details about this utterly fascinating epoch. In the First Dynasty, new features of Egyptian statehood and decisive historical events will unfold, establishing a new phase of unparalleled Egyptian greatness and everlasting pride. Stay tuned for more incredible journeys into the past in our next video. And if you found this exploration of Egypt's lost kings as fascinating as we did, please don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more historical deep dives, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Goodbye for now.